How much better do you have to be? It turns out just a tweak, just one unit better. You see, that's what it takes to win at golf or win at any kind of sports game, is just one better. And when you're in sales and messaging mode, it's just one thing better. Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy Zare, the Sales Whisperer. And normally I'd be sharing this time period with Hirsch Rapun, the personal brand builder, but Hirsch is on a marketing cruise. Ooh, do I envy him? I love cruising. By the way, if you love cruising, let me know. You're my cup of tea. I love cruising because you're able to unpack once and everything gets taken care of. Oh, what a treat. At any rate, I am carrying the burden, so to speak, of our sales and messaging program solo today. And I chose to talk about what I call one tweak. And I was fortunate enough earlier today, I sent off my series of emails for a program I'm about to launch. That launch has to do with illuminating your ideal audience. It's about finding a niche. And if that interests you, let me know, because I will be launching it in early February. So I sent off this series of emails to a colleague, Yuval Ackerman. Now, Yuval, if you are not familiar with her, and I will put her information down below after I finish the broadcast, she is a remarkable email copywriter. She used to do Done For You, and I think now she's doing more educating and helping you do it on your own. At any rate, I sent it off, and she had one comment. Now, she actually didn't read it all, and she confessed to me after I thanked her copiously for how I believe she helped me. She indicated she hadn't even read the whole thing, and there might be more gems to come. But the one gem she shared with me, and I'm now passing on, is for me to eliminate the word I. I don't use it often, certainly in my emails, but I did use it in a few places. And I found that by reviewing my email copy, looking for the word I, and then thinking how I could rephrase it, I absolutely believe it strengthened my message. One little tweak. So that is the theme for today's conversation, one tweak. And so we talked about sports, and winning in sports is just one better. Now we're talking about messaging. Just one change in a word can make a huge difference in communication. Let's now apply that one concept to selling. Many of you know that I'm all about being able to connect with people and build relationships authentically. It's about connecting from the heart. And it's not so much a transaction, although, of course, we hope that there will be transactions. But when you lead with transactions, there's usually some pushback. In fact, statistics show, and this is a message from Chet Holmes, that at any given time, only 3% of the population understands that what their problem is, or they think they know what their problem is, and is actively looking for a solution. Another 7% have also identified the problem. They're not immediately looking for a solution, but they're open to solutions. And hence, if you came across with an irresistible offer, they might bite. But that leaves 90% of the population that is perhaps unaware of the problem, or they have misidentified what the problem is. In fact, I think that's often common with my prospects. People don't really come to learn how to sell better, but they do come in order to acquire more clients. And by implementing some of the ideas that I promote, they do indeed connect quicker and more authentically, and thus build relationships that convert easily into clients. So, what are some one little tweaks that you can use in sales? Well, the one that I promote the most often is speak the language of your prospect. And you've heard me say that prospects come in 4 flavors. And by the way, almost all 200 plus personality systems talk about 4 personality styles. Now, there might be a 5th stuck in. You've probably heard about the 5 love languages. But when I've analyzed that 5th style, I find it is a blend of 2 of the styles. And the truth is that very rarely are we just one style. 70% of the population actually shift between 2 or more styles. Hence, you really need to listen to and speak to the person who is got more than one style. And it's not that they are totally one and totally the other, and now they're 200%. No, they've taken a little bit from this and a little bit from that, and they've blended them together. Those 4 styles have very unique ways of looking at an issue and seeking out a solution. Their ability to come to a conclusion and make a decision varies from fast, that person who needs only 1 or 2 touch points and they're ready to go, can't wait to get it off their plate, to the person who needs 8 or more, 12, 20 plus contacts before they can make up their mind. And so understanding that some people are fast and some people are slow right away, that can change your messaging, because sales and messaging are a continuum. I cannot sell without messaging. And this is the reason why Hirsch and I have joined together, because we recognize that for you to get more clients, for you to be more successful in enrolling people to your programs and services, it's a matter of how you present that information, how you message it so that it is on brand and it speaks to your audience. Such an important concept. So if there's just one little tweak that I would recommend, look at what you've written. Just like you've all looked at my copy and immediately saw the word I and identified that that was a trigger word in the wrong direction. And so I shifted things to talk more about you, more about the reader, more about my audience. That one little tweak I know is going to increase my ability to connect with and therefore to inspire people to take action. So one little tweak, and that is, who is your ideal audience? Speak their language. There are 4 audiences. We are a combination of all 4. Every person is. There is 1, 2 of those styles that tend to be dominant. You need to know what they are so that you can select the words, the phrases, and the approach that directly speak to that audience. It's a small little tweak. It doesn't take much. And I'm thinking now of one of my clients, and I went over some material. Now, I'm not a copywriter. I don't purport to write copy. But if you show me copy and we have identified your audience, your ideal buyer persona, I know the words and phrases that will appeal to that buyer. And so I can read the copy and I can immediately say, you know what? You're focusing on the wrong prospect. And the example that comes to mind is a gal who does coaching actually in LinkedIn. She helps people generate leads on LinkedIn. And her own style is a combination of what I call the 6-4 style. The 6 style is somebody who has a system, wants to follow that system. It is orderly, professional. They're organized. I admire them because that's actually my weakest style. The number 4 style, which is my strongest style, is the style that cares about people, that cares about causes, that wants to better the world. It's a style that's self-reflective. It's a style that focuses on growth, as well as supporting and encouraging others. It's very other directed, and it's about relationships. So here she is, a person who is focused on having a system and wanting to connect authentically with her prospects. When I reviewed her copy, the copy was all about the thoughtful, analytical, calculating individual, the number 8 style. No wonder why she wasn't converting prospects. She was going after the language meant that she was going after the wrong prospect on who her ideal person was. And it wasn't her style. Hence, when people came on her calendar, she struggled to close them, struggled to get them to agree to her offer because they were not the right match. Think about that. Are you perhaps using words or an approach that is going after the wrong prospect? You really need to know your ideal client audience and speak to them. It's a small tweak. It meant changing language from talking about analyzing and focusing on calculating to talking about having a system and following it. A small little tweak, but it got her more clients. So if this is interesting to you, let me know in the comments below. I mentioned that I will be doing a 3-day challenge. It's happening in February. I'm calling it Illuminate Your Ideal Audience. If you are looking to understand that perfect prospect and perfect buyer, please let me know and I'll make sure you get this information. To your sales success, Dr. Nancy Zier, the Sales Whisperer, and Hirsch, I hope you're having